JWT is the largest advertising agency in the United States and the fourth biggest in the world, with clients ranging from spirit makers to sports equipment manufacturers. It stayed cutting edge in this fiercely competitive, creative, and rapidly changing industry. I caught up with CEO Bob Jeffrey and began by asking him about the future of advertising.
I think that historically in the advertising business we've been very executionally centric, or I would say TV centric, meaning how does it play itself out in a 30-second TV spot. That's a way of operating that we can't do anymore. I think it's much more about an idea that could be delivered in any which way. It could be delivered in the design of the product. It could be delivered in customer experience for a retail client. It can be delivered online. The opportunities for how you express that are so much more expansive than they were 10 or 15 years ago.
As an executive, how do you set your strategy?
I've always been a very mission-focused person. I'm the oldest of 7 kids. I have an athletic view of the world, and I think you have to have real clarity and very specific goals for both for myself, for my leadership team, and for the whole company. I think the most important aspect of setting strategy is, we're a company of close to 11,000 people around the world. You have to have a simple articulation of what your message is, that when people get up in the morning and they come into the office, they have something that they're ambitious and aspirational about. And yes, a strategy, needs to be very thorough and comprehensive, but you've got to think about, more or less the soundbite about what it is you're trying to do.
If you had to make a composite of what you believe is the ideal CEO, what would it be?
Number one, somebody who really believes in leading by behavior. I think another important aspect is tenacity. I think that being a CEO is exciting, it's challenging, it's rewarding, but you're always breaking through barriers. You're always getting people to do things that they may not necessarily see in the short term as necessary. So I think, being tenacious, a can-do attitude, not accepting no as an answer, but at the same time being very motivational and inspiring.
How do you retain talent?
Obviously, the most basic thing is making sure people are rewarded with their compensation and incentives and that type of thing. But I think the more important thing is what I call the humanity aspect of it. Are they getting the recognition? Do they feel that they have a future? Do they feel that they have a career plan? I think it's those intangible things that, I always feel like we need to be addressed and be on top of.
How do you get people to go beyond what they think they're capable of?
I think it's easy in business to be negative. I think it's easy in business to be, very narrowly focused on short-term financial targets. I think you've got to give people a sense of how they can achieve real personal success and achieve personal ambition through the brand that they work for, and how they can be part of really changing something. I think people want to know that they're going to make a difference. It's a fundamental kind of human aspiration. I think if you can tap into that, that's important.